where the news with Steve McMurray and meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a good Wednesday morning to you. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steve McMurray, in for Gary this Wednesday.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we got a lot to get to this morning, including new details on the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. But we want to get a first check of the forecast. If you're heading out to work, you want to give yourself a few extra minutes. We do have one 2-hour delay in progress as well, so just be careful out there.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. When it comes to the snowfall today, we take a look at the radar here. I want to clarify that a lot of the snowfall that's falling is not intense in a lot of spots, especially in the Utica area, but it is enough to coat some surfaces, especially less traveled roadways or back roads. The main roads in the Mohawk Valley, which I'll show here in a second, are looking pretty okay to start your day. You can see here, generally a lot of snow showers working their way into the region. You can see here, Route 5 and Caroline Street in Herkimer, roads looking pretty okay. Same thing for Sangerfield. Route 12 and Route 28, you got some snow-covered middle ground there, but of course Route 12 itself is okay. Same thing for the arterial in Utica. Temperature at 30 degrees officially in Rome. We have still yet to climb above freezing in the Utica-Rome area, say for the last 20-plus days. We'll dive into that coming up in a few minutes. But still, other spots of the state have climbed at that fringe point into the low 30s, 32 degrees Hamilton and in Syracuse. Now today, expect on and off nuisance snowfall. Temperatures not really fluctuating that much, only in the upper 20s to low 30s all day long. We do have a look at some changes in the weather pattern when it comes to some warmer temperatures, as well as recapping so far the stats we've had this winter straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Well, new this morning, breaking...
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Time now going on 6:12. You just saw there a bit of a snowy scene in Cooperstown. It's a snowy scene in a lot of spots here this morning, but a lot of those low-lying roadways looking pretty okay. We'll have a look at here what you can expect in your forecast in a minute. Still, current conditions outside in Utica right now, 30 degrees, light snow at Griffiths and Rome. Overall, we look at the roadways, not too bad out there early today. There is an exception, though, as you head in some of those less traveled roads and higher elevations. Roads might get a bit slushy at times, so just budget some extra time getting to work today, just in case you might encounter said slushy conditions. And we do have more snow on the way today. We are expecting to pick up at least a couple of inches across much of the area. A little more to upsloping in this zone here as well as this zone here, but a lot of the Mohawk Valley will be in that 2 to 4 inch range. I'll show the map here in a second, but again, today temperatures are climbing into the upper 20s to low 30s, and as we head into the next few days, we've got some quieter weather on the way. So the snowfall happening today. You can see the widespread snowfall on here in the Skycast. We'll be diving into the weekend forecast, plus potential warm-up as well next week straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. Your morning coffee or afternoon tea?
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. On this Wednesday, we begin today with a few snow showers. Temperatures, yes, still feeling a bit warmer, but officially below the freezing point, which puts us nearing 25 days, officially 24 so far days, in a row where we were at or below freezing. And that is a pretty incredible stretch, because the last time that happened, or at least the longest stretch beyond that, going back to February and March of 2015. And for those that remember that Arctic blast, officially the coldest February on record here in central New York. Of course, the temperatures were not that cold, but Nonetheless, we have still maintained that below freezing round of temperatures for the last several weeks. And that might continue today. I don't think a lot of us might get above that 32-degree point today. We'll see how it trends, at least for now, though. We've got a few scattered snow showers arriving through the area. It's not a lot. It's nuisance snowfall today. And this is part of a much larger system, which I'll show you here in a second. But nonetheless, the main roads heading out to Utica, the arterial was clear. Look at Oriskany Street here out to the east is also looking clear. And we are still looking at some additional snowfall today, which will add to that accumulation, mainly in some of those roadways in higher elevations. So just plan accordingly on your morning commute today. Following that, the snowfall will exit, and we have a ridge setting up here for Thursday and Friday before more snowfall arrives Friday night into Saturday morning. So let's look at the skycast here. Today, we have a few scattered snow showers. Really not a whole lot to mention here aside from the snow chances and the fact that temperatures aren't really changing that much. Then, as the snow exits, things will dry up for a lot of Thursday and pretty much all of Friday as well before, again, as I mentioned, that snowfall arriving heading into Friday night. In terms of measurable snowfall today, a lot of us in that 2 to 4 inch range, which is nothing major, but again, 2 to 4 inches of wet snowfall could cause some slushy conditions here and there. Due to upsloping, the dark blue zones, 4 to 6 inches. Some hilltops might see a little bit more, but this is more of an elevation-based system here, especially in the hills of Madison County and up north in Lewis County. So that's the story for snowfall today. A lot of you have been messaging us regarding potential snowfall this weekend. And as you look at right here, there is a lot of inconsistency with the data right now. One of the models not even showing any snow at all. So for now, this is not a major concern for us, and neither for you guys, at least for now. We have removed that snow or rain chance off the 7-day for the time being. But one thing we haven't added to the 7-day forecast, those temperatures next week. We're climbing into the mid to upper 30s, a heat wave, Steve, and potentially our first time above freezing in almost 25, 26, 27 days.
Wow, that's
crazy.
So a little bit of a thaw. So for folks that are winter sports enthusiasts, get out this week. Next week you might see some of those conditions not as favorable as they are now, but there's still a huge snowpack. We've got a long way to go.
A very healthy snowpack.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, be sure to like us on Morning once again. Thank you for joining us this half hour. I'm Steve McMurray in for Gary this Wednesday. We want to start with a check of the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, and for that we head over to meteorologist Eric Gage. And Eric, certainly warmer this morning than it's been in quite some time, but also return of some snow.
Yeah, that's right. The snow is falling, but it's feeling so warm out. Heading out this morning, it felt quite different. And that's the case here today. We look at the snowfall here on the Yorkville Battery live radar, and snow starting to become a bit more widespread over the next few hours. But temperatures still hovering around that freezing point, 29, 30, 31 degrees, some spots hitting 32 degrees. So right now, that's the case on what you can expect early today. A few scattered snow showers. Roadways this morning are generally clear. You do want to budget some extra time getting ready to go if you live in some side roads or less traveled areas, as those roads still have some slushy conditions on them. So the roads could be a bit slick. Just plan accordingly getting to where you need to go early this morning. Temperature has increased a single degree at Rome. We're now at 31 degrees. Let's see if we hit 33. If we do, we'll break this multi-week stretch of weather that has remained below or at freezing. It is currently at 32 in Hamilton as well as Syracuse. Now today, our highs will climb pretty consistently into the upper 20s, low 30s for a lot of the area. It's going to be fluctuating around that frame. And as well, we have a few more scattered snow showers throughout the day. We'll be diving into the amount we'll be seeing, impacts throughout the day, and what you can expect for the rest of the week, as well as that temperature trend toward next week that could be seeing a warm-up straight ahead. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. New this morning.
Welcome back to Sunrise here at News Channel 2. We first start out with a look at our season snowfall total. And I want to mention this to you guys, too, because something that's important here. Yes, we picked up 101.6 inches to date, but we have now surpassed all of the snowfall we saw last year. If you remember how snowy it was last year, well, we're already above it. And we are still in mid-February with potentially more winter on the way. Of course, only Mother Nature can tell us exactly how much more we'll see, but at least for now, we are still incredibly far above average due to that consistent snowfall we saw in the early season. So again, 101.6 inches to date. Now, with all that snowfall, we also experienced a lot of cold, and I think when finally we got to see some sunshine with that cold, not only us, but some of our furry friends enjoying some of that sunshine. Look at this great shot here sent in to us from North Utica by Maria of their two cats enjoying the sunny skies and hopefully staying warm, because I know when it was over the weekend, it was still bitterly cold. But either way, enjoy the sunshine when we do get it, at least for now, though. Not a whole lot of sun today. If you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, WKTV.com/weather/pics. The place to go to submit your own photos. Every morning brought to you by GPO Federal Credit Union. Steve?
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Team USA.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Time now is 6:51, and we begin today with some snow showers and some slightly warmer temperatures. Despite that, we're actually still hovering below the freezing point, which puts us almost at 25 days, officially 24 right now, days in a row where we have been at or below freezing. And if you remember the stretch of weather that we had, which was 27 days below freezing, the Arctic February of 2015, which was the coldest February on record here in central New York. So this is one of those cases where we have still some colder temperatures, not as cold themselves as, of course, 2015, but still this stretch of below freezing weather continues, at least for much of the day today. We might not get above that 33-degree mark here, so we'll keep a close eye on those temperatures here. But either way, we have a few snow showers we're tracking this morning, part of a much larger system dragging in widespread snow throughout the area. The temperatures being still on the warmer side and allowing the snow to behave somewhat sleet-like. You can kind of see the snow falling right now. It's not a very heavy rate, but it's enough to coat surfaces, especially in less traveled roadways outside of the Mount Mohawk Valley. Of course, the roadways in the Mohawk Valley are plowed and treated, so once you hit those, you should be okay getting where you need to go. The bigger picture shows, again, that wraparound snow and some lake effect pushing through the area. Then it fizzles out with our next round of snowfall arriving as we head into Friday with the form of the widespread snowfall Friday night into Saturday. In the meantime, today you can see here not a whole lot of things to mention besides on and off snowfall, temperatures in the low 30s, and then that snow ending as we head into the overnight into early tomorrow morning. So when it comes to snowfall amounts, 2 to 4 inches expected for a lot of the area today. That includes the Mohawk Valley and basically everywhere in that light blue zone here. Due to upsloping, 4 to 6 inches, and some spots maybe a little bit more in some isolated locations in these dark blue zones here. Again, hills in the Madison County area, and then those higher elevations in Lewis County in that 4 to 6 inch range. Lastly, a lot of you have been asking us about a potential Sunday night snowstorm this weekend, and we've been closely watching it. By the way, anytime we don't talk about things, we do look at them, but if things don't really concern us, we don't like to share it because, again, we want to make sure that you guys aren't getting fearful of any event that takes place a week away because, again, a lot of models here like to make a lot of fantasy snowstorms, which in the case here, one model showing some snow, one not at all. So at least for now, it's out of our 7-day forecast with a warm-up on the way toward next week. We'll be right back.
And that was NBC's Liz Kreutz reporting. Switching gears now, and it's snowing here in central New York. Cold the past few days, and now the snow makes its return. Eric Gage joining us now, and what's next?
Still some more snow for much of the afternoon. Pretty much a persistent snow all day long. We take a look at the radar, and as you can see here, the winds have picked up a little bit as that front has rolled through. We have what are called lake-enhanced snow showers, not necessarily directly from lake effect, but you get this process from a system influencing the wind to go over the Great Lakes. Nonetheless, we zoom out a little bit. We're seeing this pretty persistent snowfall for the next 5, 6, 7 hours as the wind direction will begin to slowly shift its way to the southwest later on in the day today. Live look in Rome right now. We have some flurries falling for the most part. The lowest elevations. Roads are plowed. They're treated as you head up into the hills. That's where you start to see some of those roadways getting a bit slushy and a bit slick in some spots. So just a heads up throughout the day today. Temperature-wise, still hovering in the low 30s. We are officially still remaining in that below freezing stretch of weather, which will continue at least for the foreseeable future. Through tonight, we're back down into the 20s. Wind chills cooling down a bit more. We'll dive into that, plus how the rest of the week is shaping up and any potential impacts regarding all that social media buzz about a President's Day storm in that full forecast. Steve?
All right, Eric, thanks. After declaring
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today, we're still tracking some snowfall passing through the area. In fact, enough to potentially produce some minor accumulations and lower elevations and a bit more in some of those hilltop areas. Before we get to that, though, officially from yesterday, our snowfall total count hit 101.6 inches. We are now above the total snowfall we saw last year. So if you remember how snowy it was for sections of the wintertime last year, well, we're already surpassing that amount at 35.4 inches above average with still plenty of winter time to go here, sitting at a pretty comfortable lead compared to typical winter times around 66 inches this time of year. Now, temperatures today will be still hovering in the low 30s. We're going to cool down into the 20s tonight. Winds are going to be picking up still this afternoon, so that feels like temperature will be dropping down into the low teens overnight tonight. So in the bigger picture, we have two things. We have this wraparound low pressure guiding some snowfall into our area. There's also some lake enhancement here, enough to produce some additional snowfall as we head into this evening. Eventually tonight, we're going to start seeing that snowfall wind down. A ridge setting up here, producing quiet weather, and a return to some snowfall from another Clipper system arriving as we head into Friday night and into Saturday morning, just in time for Valentine's Day morning. So the bigger picture here, zooming into our skycast, we do have, again, pretty consistent snowfall throughout the day today, that northwesterly wind providing us with that. But again, with these marginal temperatures right around the freezing point, it's allowing those lower elevations, those roadways to remain generally clear. Just again, these elevations playing a key role in this snowfall, at least impacts regarding snowfall today. Following that, it does pretty much quiet down tonight. In terms of snowfall, this is the expected snow from this morning until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. 2 to 4 inches in these light blue areas here. Those higher elevations, both north and west of Utica and south of Syracuse and the hills of Madison County, those are where those highest totals are expected due to upsloping. You got that northwest wind here and marginal temperatures. As those winds climb into those higher elevations, it produces more accumulating snow in those areas. So finally, a lot of social media buzz has been talking about a Sunday night snowstorm potential later this weekend. And for now, again, this is not a big deal to us because a lot of the models here are still inconsistent in determining the path of this. And anytime it's this far out, we kind of look at it as a signal, but for now, there's no immediate concern regarding any impacts to our area. The European model passes to our south, and the GFS is showing nothing at all. So for the time being, we're leaving it off our 7-day forecast, but the one thing I will mention on our 7-day is following this week, we're going to be warming up. I know it's been so cold the last couple of weeks. I mean, we're sitting at, I believe, 25 days straight of below freezing temperatures, and that might be broken, especially next week. We're in the 30s, mid-30s by Tuesday next week. So.
Yeah, we were down to minus 16 or whatever it was the other morning, getting up to 39. You put shorts on and
heat wave,
right? Crazy.
Yeah.
But it's still going to get down to 5 tomorrow night.
Yeah,
so we just
we
can't seem to
weather,
shake
yeah.
it. All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Well, here's where the overall medal count.
Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Dicey travel out there this afternoon.
Road conditions vary wildly. For some people, it's wet and it's not going to be a problem at all. But for others, it's going to be extremely slippery. And we're talking about secondary roads and higher elevations. Temperatures are right around freezing. And so the main roads are generally wet. But again, the high elevations and secondary roads that are not treated as well and are not traveled on as well are very, very slippery. And that's going to be the case for this evening. While we don't expect a lot of snow, we do pick up an additional 1 to 2 inches of accumulation. And it's that very dense snow. It's not that fluffy, very light snow that we've been seeing with these cold temperatures. Now that we're closer to freezing, the snow is extra slippery. A live look in downtown. Traffic is moving fine in, again, very populated areas. 30 degrees snow. Snow is going to continue this evening. It does come to an end as we head into tonight. We've got warmer weather ahead. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Some sad news from the Utica Zoo, mainly.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track steady snowfall across central New York. This is a live look in downtown Utica. This doesn't represent everything that's going on out there, but if you are traveling in populated areas, main roads, highways, they're mainly wet and traffic is moving fine. It's the secondary roads, the higher elevations. The roads are very, very messy. So the road conditions are all over the place this evening. If you are driving to or from a higher elevation, again, it is going to be very challenging in spots. Other places, it won't be a big deal at all. In fact, as we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, one thing that is consistent is that it's snowing everywhere, and it's going to continue to do that over the next couple of hours. It's not heavy, but it's enough to make things very, very slippery. And the winds are also around. The winds will be backing off tonight, and the winds will become lighter as we head into Thursday. This is day 25 days in a row where temperatures have failed to climb above freezing. We got close today. We hit 31, but we didn't do it. This freeze began on January 18th. The most similar stretch in the past, you got to go back to 2015, where we had 27 days in a row where temperatures failed to climb above freezing. We could make a run towards this, but it all depends on what happens over the weekend. I think we will inevitably climb above freezing, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. Could determine whether or not we tie this record or break it. So you look at the radar and satellite image, we're tracking low pressure that's been driving today's weather conditions. And again, additional snow from 7 p.m. going forward. Looks relatively light for most areas. So again, the next couple of hours will be dicey, but things are expected to slowly improve. Snow continues to fall south and west of Utica tonight. Temperatures will drop into the teens. We're looking at snow coming to an end as we head into Thursday. The morning commute looks a lot better. We're looking at dry conditions throughout Thursday afternoon. Colder temperatures in the mid-20s, but still a lot warmer than what we've been experiencing here. Temperatures do fall into the single digits tomorrow night. Weather on Friday looks pretty nice. Looking at mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures climb into the mid-20s. The next weather system to watch happens Friday night and into Saturday. There's going to be another clipper that drops in that produces an inch or two of snowfall Friday night into early Saturday. Snow showers tonight, 17. Tomorrow, snow showers come to an end, mostly cloudy, 26. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather looks quiet. Again, a brief round of snow Friday night into early Saturday. The weather looks dry, and it does warm up. Temperatures will be close to 40 degrees as we head into the middle of next week with rain and snow showers on Wednesday.
Good evening once again. That snow continues to fall here on Smith Hill and elsewhere.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis is sprinting across the studio because he was just checking his latest numbers.
I wasn't going to call him out on that. He knows what he needs to do, and he's the runner of all of us.
I know.
One of these days, we're going to move these things closer together. Maybe someday. Anyway, we were actually just getting the snowfall report. 3 inches just measured here in Utica, which puts our total to 104.6 inches. That's more than all of last year. Last year we had 101.3 inches. Again, this is measured in Utica. And as of right now, we're running a surplus of 37 inches. We are already above our season average, and it's only February 11th. So we have a long way to go, but at least for the short term, we'll get a break in snowfall here over the next couple of days once we get through tonight. Temperatures are going to warm up. We actually got temperatures above freezing here as we head into Sunday and Monday, and it's been weeks since that's been the case. Be careful out there this evening. It's been very slippery on secondary roads and higher elevations as we continue to track steady snow. Snow will continue this evening, and we're expecting another inch or two of accumulation. If you are taking the dog out for a walk, just mind your footing. Again, it's pretty slippery out there in spots. Temperatures will be in the 20s. Tonight's featured dog, Duke from Rome. If you want to be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Jason, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. For the first time in the winter.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking steady snow that continues tonight. Watch out on secondary roads and higher elevations. There's some very, very slippery spots in parts of central New York. The main roads are wet, so the road conditions vary a lot. Widely varying road conditions, just something to keep in mind if you're heading out. Maybe okay where you're driving, at least initially, and then you start climbing a hill, and it's a very different story. This is live looking downtown Utica. Again, main roads are fine, they're wet, but again, side roads are very, very slippery. Snow continues and will be coming to an end as we head into tonight. We're expecting another inch or two of accumulation, but it's that very dense snow. Even just a small amount can make things very, very slippery. And it's very different than the snowfalls we've been dealing with lately in the very cold environment. It tends to be a lot fluffier and lighter. This time around, it is quite different. Ready to give a shout out to the 3rd grade class of Clinton Elementary School. I got a chance to speak to them today and talk to them about weather and answering some of their questions that they had about things such as flood safety, where's the safest place to be during a tornado, and what's the difference between sleet and freezing rain. So again, shout out to them. I know a lot of them are watching along with their parents and grandparents. Skywatchers checking in. Whitesboro 31 degrees, Cassville, Helen 26, Barneveld 27 degrees, Old Forge 21, Fairfield 27, Stewart and Cooperstown with 27 degrees. Today's snow will be coming to an end as this clipper moves to the east. We've been dealing with lake-enhanced snow in the wake of it. And again, another inch or two of accumulation is expected. West of Utica, the snow lingers longer in Madison, Shenango, and western Otsego County, and it produces 2 to 4 inches of additional snow. Again, snow winds down tonight. Temperatures fall into the teens. Tomorrow looks like a pretty quiet day, slightly colder but dry. Temperatures climb into the mid-20s. Tomorrow night, we're cold, not as cold as the weekend. We're down into the single digits. And then Friday, the weather looks pretty quiet. Our next chance of snow will be Friday night. A very fast-moving clipper swings through, produces, looks like 1 to 2 inches of snowfall Friday night and into early Saturday. Tonight, snow showers down to 17. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, a high of 26. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Again, the next weather system arrives Friday night. It's here through early Saturday, but then by Saturday afternoon, I think we're dry. We should see some sunshine. So Valentine's Day looks pretty nice. Temperatures will be above freezing on Sunday, 38. And then we've got a February thaw in store with high temperatures close to 40 Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with a mix of rain and snow returning Wednesday afternoon. We'll be right back.
Bill Curtis.
The roads are very slippery this evening in most areas. The main roads are wet, but even here they're getting slushy. This is a look at various webcams across the region. You can see more of these have problems than not. So give yourself some extra time and do plan on some slippery travel over the next couple of hours. Snow will continue, but it does come to an end tonight, with most areas picking up an additional 1 to 2 inches of accumulation. East or west of Utica, an additional 2 to 4 inches of accumulation is expected. 30 degrees, the current temperature. We almost climbed above freezing. It got pretty close. This is the warmest we've been in weeks. It does look like we're going to take a step back or two with temperature-wise. We're going to be in the 20s over the next couple of days, but we do have a substantial warm-up as we head into the end of the week and into the weekend. I'm going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Oneida County Sheriff Robert Mashel.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Snow continues this evening, and it is causing slippery spots on many area roadways. The main roads are wet to slushy. Side roads are very, very slippery, especially higher elevations. Extremely slippery at times. So just expect a wide variety of road conditions this evening. And again, if you're traveling in downtown Utica or the surrounding areas, the roads are a lot better compared to elsewhere. As a live look at our traffic tracker, and some yellow showing up here and there where the roads are a lot slipperier compared to elsewhere. Snow continues, and this band will be dropping south and coming to an end tonight. We expect another inch or two of accumulation. It's that wet, dense snow. It's very different than the snow that we were dealing with earlier in that very cold environment. Wanted to give a shout out to Clinton Elementary School. This is the entire third grade class. I got a chance to visit them today and talk about weather, and they were a lot of fun to visit. Our season snowfall total, 104.6 inches for the city of Utica. We picked up 3 inches today. This graphic, by the way, if you want to follow along, you can find this on our website, WKTV.com. Just click on the banner that says Maps and radar, and you'll see this posted. This will be updated throughout the course of the winter season as we continue to get more snow. Skywatchers, Whitesboro 31 degrees, Barneveld 27, Fairfield 27 degrees, Jeff and Mohawk 29, Worcester with 27. This clipper is finally moving to the east, and we'll see the snow come to an end tonight. We do pick up an additional inch or two of snow for many areas, especially west of Utica. Some lingering lake effect will produce as much as 2 to 4 inches of snow in Madison County. Snow gradually winds down tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the teens. It's generally dry tomorrow, mostly cloudy, slightly colder, temperatures in the mid-20s. The weather remains dry tomorrow night. It's cold. We're down into the single digits. I think we'll stay above 0. It's all relative, right? Heading into Friday, mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures climb into the mid-20s. The next weather system is a small one, arrives Friday night into Saturday, and the early call here is an additional 1 to 2 inches of snow with that. Snow showers tonight down to 17. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, 26. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. The weather gradually warms up. We're looking at highs in the 30s over the weekend. Climbing above freezing by Sunday. Should we do that, it would be the first time in almost a month that we've been above freezing. It's been that long. Temperatures will be close to 40 degrees early next week.
Oh, you'll melt our hearts on Valentine's Day,
Hope
Bill.
so.
32 degrees.
It'll be nice.
All right, thank you, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. Check out forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Snowing. I can see it.
Yeah, Oneonta's getting into the action tonight.
Yeah.
The lake bands are dropping south. They're moving out of Utica, and they're affecting the southern valleys tonight. So some steady snow moving out of the Mohawk Valley. Watch out for slippery roads. There has not been a lot of snow, but it's been enough to really create hazardous travel. By not a lot, at least a few inches for many areas. But not something that would be significant. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, bands of lake effect snow continue to drop south. We will see some light snow showers and flurries tonight. This is going to very slowly wind down throughout the course of tonight. Current temperature 21 degrees. It's clear at Griffiths and Rome, at least for now. Our weather headlines: snow ends tonight, cloudy, dry tomorrow. We've got a warming trend ahead. In fact, we can look at the temperature trend. It is looking up. We'll be in the 20s for the next couple of days, and then pushing above freezing as we head into the weekend and beyond. Snow showers tonight, low temperature of 17. Again, tracking an end to the snow, and again, those warmer temperatures. Look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, forensics expert.
Download the Storm Tracker 2 mobile app and put the power of Storm Tracker 2 in the palm of your hand. Watch the latest forecast, hour-by-hour conditions, the latest radar this winter. Be prepared. Download the Storm Tracker 2 mobile app today. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. It looks very different here than it does to the south tonight as that band of lake effect snow has shifted. The weather is a lot easier to get around. It's causing the roads to improve in the Mohawk Valley. But again, it's a very different story if you're traveling south. This band of snow is coming down hard and heavy in Chenango and Otsego County, and this is where it's going to stay here throughout the course of tonight. Keeping track of snowfall across upstate New York, this is called the Golden Snowball Contest. We're technically not a part of this, but if we were, this is where we would stand. Utica would be in third place, Rome would be in second. Syracuse is leading the charge with 119 inches of snow. We're also just way ahead of Albany. We've got more than double the snow of Albany and almost double Binghamton. And yes, we're even leading Buffalo by a lot, by more than 20 inches of snow. Again, 104.6 inches to date. We are over 3 feet above average. Lake effect snow is going to be winding down tonight, and the weather is going to be quieting down as high pressure works in. We do expect additional snow overnight, and again, this is mainly in Madison, Chenango, and Otsego counties, 2 to 4 inches of accumulation. The snow is expected to be very light elsewhere. Tonight, snow gradually winds down. Tomorrow, it's cloudy. There will be a couple of flurries out there, especially west of Utica. Temperatures will climb into the 20s, so it will be a seasonably cold day, but not that cold. Temperatures will drop into the single digits tomorrow night, and then Friday, it is looking dry. High temperatures in the mid-20s. The next weather system arrives Friday night. This will be yet another clipper, and this will likely bring 1 to 2 inches of snowfall as it arrives Friday night and into early Saturday before the weather starts to take a significant turn towards the warmer side. Snow showers tonight, low temperature of 17. Things looking pretty quiet tomorrow. Morning commute, evening commute looking good. Mostly cloudy skies, high of 26. It's cold tomorrow night. We're down into the lower single digits, looking at mostly cloudy skies Friday, 27. Valentine's Day, starting out with some snow showers in the morning. We're into the 30s in the afternoon. We're into the upper 30s on Sunday and some milder weather. A February thaw. Temperatures close to 40 degrees early next week. We'll be right back.
Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Snow in Oneonta, because this lake effect ban has now dropped, correct?
Yeah, so the snow is affecting different parts of central New York, and it is going to be slippery to travel tonight across the southern valleys. That's where the lake effect is going to be hanging out. For the Mohawk Valley, the North Country, it's fairly quiet. A couple of light snow showers here and there, but things are going to be winding down as we head into tonight. And the morning commute should be a lot easier compared to the drive home this evening. Mostly cloudy skies at Griffis and Rome, a temperature of 22 degrees. Heading into tonight, again, the snow comes to an end. Cloudy, dry tomorrow. And the weather is trending much warmer as we look ahead. A very significant warming trend is on the horizon. Temperatures will be climbing above freezing and perhaps into the upper 30s to near 40 by Sunday and Monday. Tonight, snow showers, we're down to 17. We're timing the end of these snow showers and also how quickly things start to warm up as we head into next week. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, forensics experts.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in downtown Utica. The roads are looking pretty good tonight across the Mohawk Valley. It's mainly wet and it should be easy to travel, but not the case everywhere. This band of lake effect snow continues to impact Madison, Chenango, Otsego counties, and it's going to be a slippery drive tonight and into early tomorrow if you're heading west of Utica with the lake effect snow continuing. And by the way, looking at snowfall totals across New York State cities, what's called the Golden Snowball Contest, it typically doesn't include Utica, but if it did, this is where we would stand. We would be in third place. Rome would be ahead of us. Rome's also not included. Syracuse is leading the charge with 119 inches of snow, but we're ahead of Albany by a long way. We have almost more than double the amount of snow Albany has. We're also leading Rochester, Binghamton, and Buffalo. In fact, we're leading Buffalo by almost more than 25 inches of snow. In fact, it's been 25 days where temperatures have been at or below freezing. This stretch began on January 18th. The previous stretch that was longer, 27 days, February 4th through March 4th, 2015. And that was a very, very cold winter. As we look at the radar and satellite image, scattered snow showers continue. Lake effect is lingering. Additional snow is expected tonight, mainly west of Utica, an inch or two of accumulation by tomorrow morning. And again, the bands of snow will continue. By tomorrow morning, just a few flurries will be taking place. So the lake effect does weaken, and we're looking at mostly cloudy skies throughout most of the day. Temperatures climb into the mid-20s. Tomorrow night, it gets cold. We're down into the single digits with partly cloudy skies. And then Friday looks dry. A couple of flurries in the air, but dry conditions throughout the majority of the day. High temperatures in the mid-20s. Friday night, a clipper drops in from the northwest. That will bring 1 to 2 inches of snow across central New York. Most of that falls at night and is over with by early Saturday. It'll be our next chance of snow. Snow showers tonight, 17 for the overnight low. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, high of 26. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Friday is looking mostly cloudy, 27. Around a snow Friday night into early Saturday. Valentine's Day looks nice. Temperatures in the low 30s. That could be the day we climb above freezing. The first time in almost a month. If we don't do it Saturday, we will do it Sunday. Temperatures in the upper 30s, partly sunny. And then a February thaw. Temperatures in the 40s. Last time we were in the 40s, January 14th. 45 degrees.
That seems like it was too long ago.
Seems like forever ago, for sure. Yeah.
I know, but we could use that to start melting some of that snow.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Bill.